Every few minutes, another player's phone rang. Another dream came true. Another family celebrated. But his phone stayed silent. 1 hour passed, then another. By the end of the day, 198 players had been chosen before him. To the world, he wasn't special. He wasn't the future. He was simply not good enough. But here's what nobody knew. The NFL had just made one of the biggest mistakes in sports history. Because the boy everyone ignored would go on to become the greatest quarterback the game had ever seen. This is the unbelievable true story of Tom Brady. Every legend begins with a dream. For Tom Brady, it began long before the trophies and championship. As a little boy growing up in California, he would spend hours watching football, imagining himself standing under those bright lights. Like millions of children, he dreamed of playing in the NFL. The difference was, most children eventually gave up that dream. Tom never did. But dreams alone don't impress coaches. As he grew older, reality hit him harder every year. Whenever coaches looked for future stars, they looked past Tom. The more people doubted him, the more one question began to haunt him. People often remember champions. They rarely remember the years they spent failing. When Tom arrived at the University of Michigan, he expected his hard work to finally pay off. Instead, he spent years sitting on the bench. Every weekend, another quarterback walked onto the field, while Tom watched from the sidelines. Imagine training every day, sacrificing everything, only to spend game day holding your helmet instead of wearing it. Many players quit in moments like these. Some give up on the dream completely. Tom considered it too. But instead of leaving, he stayed, because deep inside, he believed patience could succeed where talent alone could not. He had no idea his greatest test was still waiting for him. The NFL draft was supposed to change everything. His family gathered around the television. His phone sat beside him. The first round ended. Nothing. The second, nothing. Then, the third, still nothing. Hour after hour, another player's dream came true, while his remained out of reach. By the sixth round, 198 names had already been called. Not one of them was Tom Brady. For a brief moment, it felt like the football world had spoken. You're not good enough. Then, the phone finally rang. The New England Patriots selected him with the 199th pick. To everyone else, it was just another draft selection. History would prove it was the beginning of a legend. Being drafted didn't change how people saw Tom. He was still considered a backup, someone who might never play. Then, during the 2001 season, the Patriots' starting quarterback suffered a serious injury. Suddenly, the forgotten backup had to step onto the biggest stage of his life. Millions expected him to fail. Instead, he stayed calm. Week after week, he kept winning. The player almost nobody believed and led his team all the way to the Super Bowl. And against all expectations, he won. People called it luck. Tom Brady called it the beginning. One championship became two, two became three, then 4, 5, 6, and finally 7. The same experts who questioned whether he even belonged in the NFL were now calling him the greatest quarterback of all time. The player selected after 198 others became the man every future quarterback would be compared to. Looking back, Tom Brady's story was never really about football. It was about rejection, about believing in yourself when nobody else does. Because sometimes, life doesn't give the biggest opportunities to the most talented person. It gives them to the person who refuses to quit after hearing no again and again. And that's why history doesn't remember the 198 names called before Tom Brady. It remembers the 199th pick.